You know the drill. It's that time of year again. The lights are up, the sweaters are out, and the same holiday movies are playing on a constant loop. But what happens when you've seen It's a Wonderful Life just one too many times? Well, that's where we come in. Today, we're going to unwrap a whole different kind of Christmas movie.
Okay, let's just get right into it, because we have to start with the question that launches 1,000 arguments every single December. John McClane, Nakatomi Plaza, Christmas Eve. Is it a holiday film? Honestly, the debate itself has pretty much become a Christmas tradition.
And really, whether you're team yippee-ki-yay or team no way, that whole discussion is so great because it cracks open the door to a much bigger, way more interesting world of films that use the holidays as a backdrop for something completely unexpected.
So, our mission today is pretty simple. We're going to give you a curated guide to some of the best alternative Christmas movies out there. Consider this your official permission slip to skip the sentimental reruns and try something a little different this year.
First up, for anyone who likes their silent nights interrupted by, explosions and suspense, let's talk about the films where Christmas brings a whole lot of carnage.
So let's just break it down. In your classic holiday movie, the whole point is finding the Christmas spirit, right? In these films, it's stopping terrorists. Santa's sleigh gets swapped out for a machine gun, and that heartwarming mood gets replaced with something a little more high-octane. And that contrast is exactly what makes them so much fun.
And what a list. I mean, you've got Die Hard, of course. The whole story of a guy just trying to get back to his family is pure Christmas. Just, with a lot more explosions. But then you have Lethal Weapon, where writer Shane Black basically perfected the witty, violent Christmas crime film. He did it again with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and The Long Kiss Goodnight. And you just can't forget Tim Burton's Batman Returns, which gives us this gothic, snowy Gotham City as the ultimate holiday battleground. It's just a brilliant contrast of festive lights and deep, dark shadows.
But the holiday mayhem isn't just about action heroes. For some filmmakers, the most wonderful time of the year, when everyone's supposed to be full of cheer and maybe a little vulnerable, is the absolute perfect setting for suspense, terror, and things that go bump in the night.
We're talking about the creature chaos of Gremlins, the terrifying folklore of Krampus, and the totally twisted home invasion horror of Better Watch Out. But really, they all owe a huge debt to the 1974 original Black Christmas. It's this genuinely unnerving thriller that basically invented the holiday slasher subgenre, where a killer stalks a group of people one by one. It really set the template for turning holiday peace into pure panic.
That was the actual tagline for the movie. How great is that? It was so effective that the film was a favorite of both Steve Martin and, get this, Elvis Presley. It just goes to show you that Christmas cheer and genuine fear can be a really powerful combination.
Okay, let's step away from all the carnage and dive into the world of animation, which offers so much more these days than just the classic stop-motion specials we all grew up with.
Just take the 2019 film Klaus. In an era that's completely dominated by CGI, it told this super clever Santa origin story through the eyes of a postman, using a stunning, richly lit 2D animation style. Actually, the look was so fresh and had so much depth that a lot of people just assumed it had to be computer-generated. The director, Sergio Pablos, really captured the film's whole mission with this quote. He wanted to evolve the art form, not just redo what's been done before. And that forward-thinking approach gave us a modern classic.
Then, of course, you have the unmistakable charm of Aardman Animations. Their projects, whether it's the adorable felt characters in the musical short Robin Robin or the high-tech family chaos of Arthur Christmas, they just have this quaint, handcrafted feel that fits the cozy season so perfectly.
And we absolutely cannot talk about alternative animation without mentioning the iconic 1982 British classic, The Snowman. It's this beautiful, dialogue-free story that is somehow both magical and completely heartbreaking. It's got this dreamlike, haunting quality that just stays with you long after it's over.
All right, let's shift gears again. Now we're going to look at live-action films where the Christmas setting is more than just decoration. It's a powerful backdrop for complex, mature stories about real-world drama, romance, and even comedy.
I mean, just look at this lineup. The holidays have a way of amplifying every emotion, and these films use that perfectly. In Carol, the Christmas shopping rush in 1952 creates this public but also strangely intimate space for forbidden romance to start. Spencer turns A Royal Christmas into a psychological thriller, using the claustrophobia of forced family tradition as its cage. And then you've got the gritty noir of L.A. Confidential kicking off with a bloody Christmas party, and Stanley Kubrick's chilly final film Eyes Wide Shut, a totally surreal journey through a dreamlike, holiday-lit New York City.
But grown-up doesn't always mean serious drama. The holidays are also the perfect breeding ground for dark comedies. You know, the ones that embrace the cynical, chaotic, and downright hilarious side of the season.
I mean, come on, you can't get more unconventional than Bad Santa, which is the ultimate antidote to all that forced holiday sentimentality. Or Trading Places, a really sharp satire that uses the holiday season to highlight the gap between the rich and the poor. Then there's the hilarious and violent story of two hitmen hiding out in a fairy tale Belgian city in Bruges, and the frantic, funny, and surprisingly poignant Tangerine, a movie shot entirely on an iPhone on Christmas Eve.
So after that whirlwind tour through explosions, animation, and dark comedy, how to even begin to choose? Well, let's put it all together into a simple guide for your next holiday movie night. So, let's recap. For each of these categories, there's a clear standout. If you want action, Die Hard is the one that completely rewrote the rules. For horror, you have to go with the 1974 Black Christmas. It's the influential original. For animation, Klaus is a modern masterpiece. If you're in the mood for a dark comedy, Bad Santa is about as irreverent as it gets. And for a complex, beautiful romance, you just can't beat Carol.
And this really brings us to the main takeaway here. A Christmas movie isn't some rigid category with a checklist of elves and snow and Santa Claus. It's a feeling. It's an atmosphere. And ultimately, it's whatever story you decide to make part of your own holiday tradition.
So that really just leaves one final question for you to think about. Forget all the debates and definitions for a second. What is it? A feeling, a memory, a character that truly makes a movie a Christmas classic in your home?